Hello?
Thank you. Woo, okay. Let's get ready to
Did you
go
go
live.
live? You already live. It says you're live.
Oh, great. Woo, okay, we're live, guys. Thank you and welcome to the show. Let me start off with our let me start off introducing the host, Joy, and
And
co-host,
Kendra.
and we're just kicking it. Um, we are going to start it off. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I had to cut that off. Okay.
It's always technical difficulties on a Friday
Yeah.
with us, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I had to go back over and toggle and pause. I got to start um, separating those tabs. So anyway, all right. So we have our millions of listeners and viewers on the line. Everybody's coming in. We're going to go ahead on and kick it off. There's been a lot going on this week. Even though we have been quarantined, it still doesn't stop foolishness and it doesn't stop activity. The American people are resilient and creative, to say the least. So let's go ahead on and jump into some of our topics. What do you have on your mind, Kendra?
Oh my goodness, Joy. This quarantine really got people being crazy. But let's see. This week, did you watch Real Housewives this week?
I did not.
Okay, well it was the same old, messy stuff going on there. But if I recall, Candy, she still feel like she's being a bad mother. The child was crying and cause he would miss her. Um, I believe Eva had her baby. So the baby made an appearance on the show. And then they were recasting the show and things like that. I mean, recalling the trip that took place. I really don't remember anything like really exciting happening with them this week, so you didn't really miss anything. But in Real Housewife news, I heard something about Nene beefing with people, Wendy Williams or something. Did you hear anything about
Yes,
that this week?
yes. Wendy Williams is beefing with Nene.
Mm,
Okay, she is beefing with Nene,
okay.
and here's why. Apparently, Nene called Wendy at
Okay.
night. Wendy's in her abode, chillaxing, and lo and behold, Nene's calling her with like a whole crew.
Mm,
And hey, Wendy, you know what you doing? Say hello to me and all my friends. This is
mm.
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of
Asked
the night.
her to get on, yeah, to kind of basically entertain her audience.
Oh, on the
And so,
phone.
yes, right at night. So Wendy, of course, thought that was sort of rude. Um, she felt ambushed, and she said all this on the show. Well, Nene didn't like that, and so now they've sort of been going back and forth. Um, I've heard a lot of opinions about it. A lot of people say that Nene and Wendy are wrong, right? Like Wendy shouldn't have carried it on by taking it to the show, and Nene definitely shouldn't have called her and put her on the spot in the middle of the night, right? Like you don't call somebody in the middle of the night and say dance, dance. Like who
Mm.
does that? So hold on a second. I'm sorry. I need to put our StreamYard link in. Okay, there we go. Um, so that's what their spat is about. So
Okay.
right now they're still on the outs, and we'll just see how the story develops. But I tell you, Nene and Wendy both do the most. I really wasn't interested in the story, but it seemed to have kind of had a little steam. I think both
What
of
I
them have.
find, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
What
Yeah,
I
I was just going
find,
to.
what I find really interesting about that story there is a while ago, Wendy was on the show. Okay, Wendy, what's her name? Nene had called Wendy because she looks at her like she's a big sister, and you know that was them. They talked then, and I remember seeing a clip of Wendy Williams talking about it on her show then, where she was like, it wasn't planned and it wasn't a big deal. They're cool girlfriends. So now I'm confused as to why you talking about it like it's a bad thing. Maybe she was like, hey, this is just a one time deal. You're not gonna keep on getting all this publicity off of me. I'm not a housewife. So I can, maybe understand that. But
Right. Yeah. And well, and also she did use words said like she said that Nene was considered over there, people over there, because she was like, I don't even like just put on a performance for my parents, let alone Nene, for people over there. She said, and I consider
oh
Nene
my.
people. That was a little offensive. And then she also went on to say that um that Nene was sort of like it's slumming to kind of be a housewife, right? Like she said, hey, she's not trying to do any slumming in
Mm,
terms of the reality TV rather. So,
oh
and of
my.
course people know that, that reality TV show stuff is looked at as sort of like, low totem pole when it comes to the entertainment industry. Like,
I mean, I feel like if that's your big sister, she could have said it, but it
yep.
wouldn't be interesting if it wasn't Nene, didn't they? And they just patched up their little friendship.
Right. From the whole stuff thing, right? With the little misunderstanding. So,
hmm
um, I don't know. That's why I say I'm just kind of over them both and whatever.
Well, Nene got into it with a few people apparently this week because her and Candy is beefing. And I watched a video where Nene was on live with Tamar Braxton, and apparently she was saying something about Bravo and how, you know, I have never really been approached about my own spinoff. And it's just amazing how certain people are just constantly getting, show after show after show. And,
Hmm.
I don't get a show. And basically, Candy went and she said, now, I'm not going to keep this post up long, but it kind of sounds like she's talking about me. And um I try to be as supportive to people on the show, and I don't know, I don't have the reason to, hate on anyone. I support everyone, so I don't know where all this is coming from. And then Nene was basically like, "Ugh, listen, I wasn't talking about you. I don't care about your few commercials of a show you get." I was like, oh, a few commercials.
Whoa,
Hell
wow.
yeah. They're like, I just talked to you at the reunion. So I was like, well, who else, being somewhat of a Real Housewife fan, uh, who else show were you talking about? Katie's had what, about two spinoffs?
Yes.
Family one time, and then she had the other candy coated show or something. So who else could you have been talking about? So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. They all are shady boots. And so yeah, Candy called it and she's working with it, as she should. I mean, that's the thing. When you become a housewife in terms of um this little organization of women that they have going on, because it's kind of like business dealings, really, right? Like it's
Mhm.
hard to say that they're really friends. So when you have this type of organization, everything is for the clout, everything is for the gram, and over time, it's just kind of exhausting seeing these older women, having these little petty beefs and little stuff that just obviously to me seems manufactured and again for the clout.
Right. And that's why we
Okay.
we won't even get them too much clout. But I will mention one more thing before we go off the subject of them. Former Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sheree Whitfield, her mother has been missing since March the 23rd. It was a big thing all over social media where she said she haven't seen her. I think she's 70 years old, so she was looking for information on that. As of today, I still do not believe they have found her. So, millions of listeners, if you see Sheree Whitfield's mother, please let her know.
Right. Yeah. Wishing
Our
her well.
prayers and thoughts are with her and her family during this time.
Perfect. Well, not perfect that that's going on, but um that's a great thing to do is to sort of put that out there for our millions of listeners and viewers, because you never know. It
Was
could be a small world sometimes. So, all right, we're gonna move on to some political um topics, okay? Because again, we have been quarantined, so people should be watching the news. They should be looking at some things that have to do with politics, considering that a lot of the federal government's response to COVID, it is really turning into a political jousting. So
hmm
the one big thing that happened though this week was that Bernie Sanders dropped out, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't really understand if he threw his weight behind Joe Biden. I'm just assuming that's what happened. Um, right? Oh yeah, because it was just them two, so that's what he had to do. And so so Joe Biden's got it. He's got full endorsement. The Democratic Party is behind him. And I mean, what do you think? I'm going to also have some of our listeners to call in and tell me, one, like, what do you think about Joe Biden as the front runner, or really, being the candidate for the Democrats? And do you think Sleepy Joe can pull it off?
Not Sleepy Joe.
So I'm gonna go ahead on. I'm gonna go ahead on and put up the phone number here and open up the lines for our callers to
Well,
call.
okay,
Go
call in. I will say, Joy, when I heard of Bernie dropping out of the race earlier this week, I was like, oh, okay. And then I honestly didn't hear about it until I seen Joe Biden's tweet. And he basically was asking for, he said, and to Bernie supporters, I know that I need to earn your votes, and I know that might take time, but I want you to know that I see you, I hear you, and I understand the urgency of this moment. I hope you'll join us. You're more than welcome. You're needed. So, when I read that, I said, oh, okay. He needs to earn my vote because, I was Team Bernie. And well, I tell you, Joy, as of today, he's earned my vote. He's
ahead.
he's earned my
That was
vote.
all about.
He's earned my vote. Yeah, I seen when he's trying to start a what is it? The loan forgiveness, the student loan forgiveness.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah,
Hey, he definitely got my vote. Hey now, hey, Sleepy
he's
Joe woke me up.
yeah. He said it's pretty straightforward.
Uh,
Starting with forgiving all undergraduate tuition related federal student debt from 2 and 4 year public colleges and universities for borrowers who earn less than $125,000 per year. So,
wow.
yeah, apparently, according to this article, it says as for the payments, the federal government will make your monthly federal student loan payments until your student loan debt is paid off. Uh,
Woo!
mhm.
Crazy, crazy.
so,
I knew all I had to do was stay in there for the long time. Woo! That's perfect. Amen.
so he got my vote. I'm gonna
Not
join
that
him.
not that I have any guys. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I do. I mean, that is a big burden lifted. You guys just don't know because Kendra and I know. Okay,
Oh, I know.
what that means. Okay.
I fell London. I said, oh, wait.
Shoot, Joe got my vote. Hey, like I said, I think I'm getting ready to be an ambassador and a what you call it. I'm getting ready to join the campaign.
Hey, Joy, the just kicking it money that we getting in from them cash apps and
Yeah,
PayPals, we can
cash
go ahead
out,
and donate that to the campaign.
cash out, y'all, and call in and let us know. What do you all think about the political landscape right now? Do we think that Joe Biden is gonna win? That he can definitely beat Trump, or do we think Sleepy Joe gonna have to wake it up a little bit, wake it up and shake it up? But if he come out with this student loan, he won't have to wake up because the rest of us will be hashtag stay woke for him. Okay, hashtag stay woke about the student loan
Yeah,
forgiveness.
like I
Oh,
said, it
and let's
seemed like
make sure that we hold him to that right now, and this is the deal that everybody ought to have with Joe Biden. If we get him in office, he better pass that freaking student loan thing. We don't want to hear about Obamacare, the wall, or none of that stuff.
I did find it quite interesting, Joy, how, just 2 days ago, you talking about we got to earn your support. Then he was like, hey, I know how to get that vote. Let me give him some free student loans. So,
Right, that's right. That's right.
Demetria said,
Like
yes, thanks, Sleepy Joe.
right, yeah, that's right. That's right. Shoot, that just put Folgers in my cup. Okay.
My credit score about to look great.
Okay. Gee willikers, forgive it, because it's I've established, a history, a credit history. So all that can just kind of go on now. I don't need that to continue to be on there. All right. All right, guys. Cash app is up. Hashtag, I'm sorry, not hashtag, $ JOY and AND Kendra KENDRA. Okay, that's our cash app. Look here on the screen for our cash app. Go ahead on and call in. I'm gonna go ahead on and drop the link again for people. Maybe you want to join us via video. Maybe you have the guts to join us
Yeah.
and be here. Not that you have to show yourself because we're not, but let's see if you have what it takes. Come on,
Well,
press that button and jump on.
we can switch subjects here. Joy, I
Yeah.
wanted to touch base last week. We were, discussing some of the conspiracy theories that are going around about the COVID. And one thing that I did not mention was, when it first came out, our community saying, black people can't get the corona. And then this week,
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
now this week, it turns up that in our area, we're leading the race. And we are, we can get it. Well, not only can we get it, but we're more likely to get it than other races now. So I'm like, well, ain't that interesting?
Yep. Yeah, well, I figured that rumor maybe started because at first I think the first couple of cases, I think it was assumed that the people were Caucasian because it was like people that had traveled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of black folk traveled to China. So you're like, oh, they must be white because they really weren't disclosing race initially. So I mean, I know that we are proud people and we want to sport that whenever we can, but sometimes this hotel type stuff it's just foolishness. Melanin and all this stuff. I mean, hey, it's some powerful stuff, but it's not the cure all for some of this stuff. Shoot, we'll die from the flu and stuff like the rest of them. Okay, so let's do what it takes to stay healthy and not rely on this so-called melanin is our protective armor. And so I think that's kind of how it started. And then next thing like you said, shoot, when nobody started dropping and now you see that as a result of what was going on, if there were more African Americans that were part of those body counts, and you're like, shoot, man, what is this? Yeah, that's the reality, So I think that we just got a little too excited early on when we heard the type of profile that the victims the construct of that.
Yeah, and I understand that's the difference between it actually being a theory versus actual facts.
Yeah,
Woo!
I
I
love
think
it.
the statistics said, according to in our area, in the Maryland Department of Health, it was 49.4% of the cases were African Americans. 36.9 were white, and 13.7 were Asian or another race.
Mm,
So I was
wow.
like, and people being, I guess, what's the word? You know, I'll just say people still don't learn. People are still not learning. I'm seeing people without masks. I had a conversation with someone explaining the importance of all this the other day, but everyone was so against the Asian people when it all first started. I'm looking, I'm like, well, dang, they got the lowest amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you wonder, right? Like,
Mm.
Um, it makes you wonder, like, what do they have some kind of antibodies? Because see, they used to eat no bats and all that stuff. So,
I
hey,
don't know, Joy. As more as this go on, I don't really believe that whole bet story.
yeah, hey, don't get me to telling my theories. Uh, but yeah, that's what they claim, though, right? If we take that story to its end. I mean, hey, um, maybe they are the golden children in all this,
Mm.
and that doesn't even make any sense in terms of how that thing sort of took over China over there like that. I mean, we
Yeah.
saw the map; it was red everywhere,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless it was not really real, right? I mean, huh? I don't
Yeah.
know. So, I mean, I'm just gonna throw that out there, right? But let me tell you, you all president,
I don't have a
y'all know.
president.
Some call him Donald Duck, some call him Mr. Trump. But but all of us kind of know him as the president. Um, unfortunately, let me tell you, he is not really doing the best job here now. Um, did you hear about the politics behind people getting ventilators?
No, enlighten me, please.
Oh, let me tell you how you can get a ventilator. What you have to do is kiss the president's butt. You have to be a Republican, and you have to have not said anything nasty about him since he became president.
Are you
If
serious?
you do those, yep, if you do those things, you will most certainly get ventilators. That's what happened to. That's what happened for a senator in Colorado recently. A governor, Democratic from Colorado, was actually had been requesting 10,000 ventilators over and over on the governor's call everywhere. That was his mantra. Well, he never got them, never got a response. In
Mm.
the end, all it took was a senator, Republican, to reach out, and he got 100 ventilators just like that. And of course, Trump
100.
touted that. Yeah, Trump touted how, hey, I did it at the request of the senator, right, to make it plain that he wasn't stunting the governor. Isn't that horrible? Like,
Mm-hmm.
people's lives are out in the balance, you know, and this foolishness, man, you know.
That's crazy.
So that's where we are when it comes to the
So I guess we're not getting
politics.
ventilators.
Yeah, well,
That's why I'm
and I
staying up
get,
at the
yeah,
house.
and yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I heard that, hey, we gotta watch like because they're still like trying to figure out Corona and COVID. You know, some though the ventilators that they're using and the way they are sitting them, or setting them on these different levels, I guess, so that they can help you with this different level of issues and breathing and stuff. That some of the people are dying because the ventilators are like set on a level that is too high, and is putting too much pressure on the lungs of some
Mm.
of these COVID people. Yeah, isn't that something? So some people are
Yeah.
dying because of the ventilators, right? Like, it's crazy. And it's
Wow.
just real sad. And to know that African Americans, because they are of low income and pretty much are disenfranchised when you're poor and black, it's just very sad. The
Mm.
insurance situation, I'm sure, and then not only that, just like the outright disregard for black lives. And if it comes down to it, white person needs a mask, and a black person needs it. I don't know. With the level of racism in this country, you just kind of don't even want to think about how the decision would be made. So, not good.
Hmm. Wow.
Yep. So this is the state of of affairs. This is the state of affairs. So, we really need to get out and vote. That's all the more reason to vote, right? Because if this happens again, His leadership really hadn't proven to be what you really want. All right, people, you guys want to call in? The
We
lines
talked
are
about
still
Real
open.
Housewives, COVID.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Now let's see. Tyler Perry's doing some good things as a result of COVID, right? Like, there's a lot of philanthropy going on, and I'm glad
yes,
to see it.
yes, they really have. I believe he donated. Oh, he paid for the groceries in New Orleans as well as Atlanta in the during the senior hour grocery store. He paid for the groceries of all of those people, of all the seniors during the hours of their shopping. Um I also heard that Master P is cleaning the people's houses in North New Orleans. He's cleaning the seniors' houses over the age of 60. Um One more person. Taraji, she has launched a virtual therapy to help with people suffering with anxiety and depression during this time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Uh-huh. In her organization, the name is no my brain right now. I cannot think about the name, but it was on the tip of my tongue. Sorry, people. But you can check it out on her Instagram page. Um, I believe Rihanna has partnered with Twitter and they're donating, I think, $4.2 million to those that have suffered from domestic violence during the COVID-19.
Okay,
Yep.
wow. So it's some really good things that are going on. I mean, that's the silver lining in all of this.
Mhm.
Um, that's what we have to look to each other. And let me see. I thought I was getting some feedback. Um, and that's where we are now. We can't take each other for granted anymore. We can't take life for granted. This pandemic really should be an eye opener for us. We should
Yep.
all search our souls and search them deep
And
because
also listeners, make sure you contact senior citizens that you know. Um, just
yeah.
not even if you don't feel like going out to get anything for them, but they get a little bored in the house. I called my best friend's grandmother today. We sat on the phone for a good maybe 30, 45 minutes, and by the time the conversation was over, she was like, "Yeah, call me every day." And I'm like, "Whoa, how?"
Yeah. I called my grandmother, because I'm concerned about mine. And shoot, took me a week to get. I said, now for this lady to live in a wonderful assisted living place and got everything delivered to her and things like that. I sure can't catch up with her. Where she doing this? Everything's on lockdown and so forth. And she in the restroom, she in the bedroom, it's not like she's zipping across the apartment right to answer that phone, right? I just kept missing her. And so I finally got in touch with her. We chuckled about the fact that and had to send messages to my mama, through my auntie, through everybody. Hey, I'm trying to reach. And she hardly doesn't care for the phone she has. Sometimes she said by the time she get through dialing because it takes her a minute to dial, it has gone into the mode where you take too long, you got to start over. So that kind of just gets her all flustered. So don't expect her to do a lot of outbound calling.
Yeah,
All right, well, we're at our midpoint now. We're at the Oh, look, Lamisha, that's great. I need to see more celebrities absolute confirmation. That's right. That's
yep,
right. Lamisha, we really need to see that. And I need to see more of our millions of listeners and viewers calling in after this break. Now, we're going to go to break. And while I'm there, I hope that you guys are looking at this screen and getting the phone number down there. Let me know if you need help seeing it. Okay? Thank you. And
and
we're going
before we
into a
go,
break. Huh?
don't forget our sponsor, Karen's Crafting Corner, on both Instagram and Facebook.
There
Um,
is the screen.
Yep, there it is on the screen. I spoke with Karen this week. She informed me that her masks they are selling out fast. She does have a limited quantity left, so please reach out to her to get yours fast.
Yeah.
I believe she said they're $10. I can double check my notes, but I'll tell you after the commercial. But I believe
Yeah,
they're
and
ten
after the
dollars.
commercial break, I'll show you all the mask. I've worn the mask, of course. I
You
like it.
bought
It
one.
has been, yes, it has
Oh, she
been
had
great.
to
Well,
send me
because I
mine.
got my order in early. That's why I promoted it because I stand behind the product, and so I definitely felt comfortable promoting it. So
Yeah, I'm
when
gonna
we
have to
get back
go get mine.
from our commercial break, I will definitely show you all me sporting my mask, and we're just gonna jump right in for some great topics. Okay, so we are going into a commercial break, and we'll be right back in a couple minutes. Okay, stay tuned. The next half of the show is gonna be awesome.
See you guys shortly.
Okay. All right, and we're back. Thank you all. That was a great break. It allows us time to recalibrate and get things in order for our audience. So as promised, I'm going to go ahead on and show you all the mask um, from Karen's Crafting Corner. I'm just waiting on something to load here. Okay, just to give you all a little sneak peek to what you will be getting. Now, don't mind my hair and everything. You guys will probably look much nicer in it. But you see that? See, it's covering up my nose, my mouth. I mean, I don't have it real tight. I just kind of want to kind of demonstrate this. But, so see that? And then if it's tight, it really cups this area here very comfortably and snugs there. So, yeah, you know. Check her out. And then again, I think I'm gonna get my design. I want a little scripture here. So I'm gonna actually ask her to give me a design. But this mask was really nice. So that's what I like about that. Okay. So I'm getting ready to. Oh, thanks, Chrissy. Woohoo! She loved the music. All right, yeah, because that music, that music
Oh,
last week.
I see them. They talking
Huh?
about our music from last week.
Yeah,
Don't play the music
yeah,
from last week. You better
yes.
listen to them people.
Huh? Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to lose out. And the lines are open, people. So whenever you want to jump in, just call in. But I have to kind of turn it down a little bit because it plays this music. And so I can't have the interrupting. So let's do it. Let's go ahead on and talk about some things. So last week we talked about everybody being quarantined and sort of what were they doing while they were quarantined. We got some interesting responses. But a lot of people had kind of gotten into TikTok, and we'll talk about TikTok because we learned that TikTok, there are some security concerns with TikTok. But we'll get to that in a minute. And actually, I think one of our VIPs may have more to that story. I want her to call in about it. Lamisha, if you're out there, go ahead on and get ready to call in and share with the listeners and the viewers more information about that. Okay. But I'm going to move on now to the Savage Challenge. Okay. I'm going to share that with you all right now. Okay, I'm going to pull it up here.
Megan Thee Stallion Savage spurred a viral dance challenge and has become a stay-at-home anthem for social distancing fans. I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sexy, booty, nasty, acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. With the Savage, I was hoping it would go viral, but I didn't think it really would.
There she is, guys.
Wilson, the creator of the Savage Challenge. She spoke with Genius News' Russell Abad about her newfound TikTok fame. My facial expressions that helped it made it go viral. How I express myself in my dance is actually like showing my faces, like every different part, so like the mood changes. With that, the Savage Challenge was born and went on to take over TikTok as bored fans look for something to do during the coronavirus pandemic. It even received a highly coveted cosign from Megan herself with the hashtag quarantine and chill. I actually called my mom and I was like, Mom. She's like, what happened? What happened? She's freaking out. I was like, Meg posted me, and we just started screaming and crying. Oh gosh, I cried for like a good 30 minutes. Tears of joy. It was awesome. It was a blessing. Savage is the second track off of Meg's March EP Sugar and is produced by Jay White Did It. Throughout the track, Meg makes references to her older songs, like in the first verse when she throws it back to her Tina Snow cut, Good At. I'm the Mona Lisa, break a nigga into pieces, hustling Mona Lisa, figure like somebody do it. If I introduce you to this pussy nigga, you gonna...
Oh, I gotta do some major copyright cleanup with this stuff, guys. I'm putting it all on the line showing this.
And in the second verse, Meg references her Juicy Bay assistant cut, Simon Says.
Oh Lord, her music and her Amsterdam. Oh Lord, I probably need to call Megan directly and get permission with all this sampling.
Kiki Palmer, Tinashe, Queen, Haley and Justin Bieber, Megan, of course. That was my absolute favorite. Wilson's excitement over it being her dance is notable, especially after another dance creator, Jalea Harmon, and her
okay, but this is all for reporting and things like that, okay?
It does suck when people don't tag and then they think that somebody else made it, but you also can't do anything about it. But it is always good to tag. I do say that. There are now more than 9 million videos featuring Savage.
Right? I mean, isn't that awesome? That young black girl kind of got it going on.
And the dance. I'm in disbelief because it's just an amazing experience to know that all these people are supporting me by doing my dance. If you want to learn more about Megan Thee Stallion Savage, check out the song page on genius.com.
Yeah, after you sat here and got all our channels almost in that. Okay. So again, what do you guys think, right?
Well, I do not have.
Right.
Somebody's calling.
Yeah, but go ahead on. Yeah, we'll let them in. What were you saying?
I was saying that the TikTok people have sent me their TikTok videos, and I will admit, my niece and my nieces, they do the TikTok, and we were on the video call the other day, and they taught me the Savage dance finally.
Oh no! You really gotta share that with the audience, okay?
Wow. I didn't really record it. It was just on the video call. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I must say I did very well.
Oh, so Oh, so let me just go here. We got our caller online. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Oh, caller, yeah, you're on the air. Thank you.
Okay, so hey guys, this is Lamisha.
Woo! Hey, Lamisha.
Hey, Lamisha.
So I was calling because I had actually got TikTok. It was a very popular app, and I had started seeing all of the celebrities. Because they were like quarantined before we actually became quarantined. I started seeing everybody staying at home, and they were doing all of these challenges and just doing different stuff on TikTok with their children. So I was like, well, let me download TikTok, try to see what it's about or whatever. So I downloaded it and just used it as like a something to encourage my little sister because she's younger and she did not care to stay in the house as long as we have to stay in the house now. And so when I downloaded it, I was like, let me just do some of these dances and try to play with her and kind of encourage her such that she wouldn't be so sad that she has to stay in the house. Kind of bring some fun out of the situation. However, when I went online, I was on Facebook the other day and I saw it as it was like, I don't know what I would call it, a brief call. It was like some kind of meeting they were at Congress having, or I don't even know where they were with the state or whatever, but basically they were saying that TikTok was the most downloaded app in 2019 and that it originated out of China and that they had basically there's security issues with that app because it downloads all of your information from your phone. So like everything, like it's your passwords that you may use, this running with other apps. And so I don't know how true it is, but I deleted it off my phone because of that. But it was kind of scary because it's like when you download an app, you're saying yes, that this app can have access to certain things, and because you could even get to the system of the app, you don't realize that it can possibly, that you're giving up a lot of your security rights because you're not paying attention to every little word you may come up.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And that was the National Security Committee, and so they had to ban the U.S. Army from using it, right, because of security concerns. So that's a problem. I just wanted to share that with my millions of listeners and viewers because if you do have that app, I want you to be aware that you could be at risk for major security breaches. So pay attention to address changes or account changes, weird emails starting to come because it definitely could mean that your accounts or some of your information has been compromised. So so that's that. Now co-host, you had another TikTok related topic that you wanted to share. What
Oh, I don't think it was TikTok. People are, doing more things in the house because they're quarantined. And a lot of people have been posting, pictures of their food and videos and things like that. And I happened to come across this lady that was baking some macaroni and cheese, and she said she put a whole dozen of eggs in the macaroni and cheese, which started a whole controversy of who puts eggs in their macaroni and cheese and how many. And I know for me personally, I don't put that many eggs in my macaroni and cheese. And I was like, well, and I ended up starting a conversation amongst some people, and they like, oh, I put this many. I'm like, I'm not eating your food. So I really want to know who puts a dozen of eggs in their macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, who does? I want to hear from my million listeners and viewers on this topic. Please call in. Let me know. Do you know how to throw down in that kitchen and really make some
I think
macaroni?
I sent you the video, Joy. Did you receive it? Because you could show
Or
them.
do you make macaroni with no cheese? Let me know what you're doing over there. Everybody can't make the macaroni and cheese. I know some of y'all are gonna be telling some stories, but if we got some truth tellers, some folks that really know how to throw down, tell us. Go ahead on and put an end to this debate. What is the real recipe? Okay, and you're calling in because you have been told that your macaroni and cheese is slamming. Okay, now if you making that stuff in a box and you barely putting water in that pot, I don't want to hear from you. I want somebody who's putting that stuff in a stove or oven or something. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to my line and see if some callers are gonna. Hold on a second. I know I must be experiencing technical difficulty because I know it should be some callers here. Let me see. Maybe I need to. All right. Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna hang up and go
A
back
whole
in.
dozen. Yes, Lamisha, it was a whole dozen in the video.
Yep, a whole dozen. All right. Oh, you can type it in the chat, right?
Or type
Maybe
in
you
the chat.
things going in your background and you want to type it in the chat. Let me know. What is the key to the egg thing? How many eggs should you put if you wanted to?
I personally put 2 eggs per box.
Okay.
And I also add a little, heavy cream and things like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, now that sounds like it's slamming.
I'm not gonna tell everyone on my recipes.
Okay, well, I hardly cook. I don't know how many. Oh, look,
Chrissy said she put 1 or 2 eggs in macaroni and cheese.
Depends on how much she made. Right, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Have to do it to order, that's what you have to do. It matters about how many servings you're trying to make. That's the first thing.
I mean, that lady macaroni and cheese, I don't know if it just looked soupy because of all the eggs. Because she also posted a video of what it looked like afterwards. And
what it looked like? Show me. Yeah, can you share with our audience?
It was fresh out of the oven, so of course it's cheesy and things like that. So I don't know if that's why it looked like that was because it was still hot, or because of all the eggs she put in it. So maybe she would let it cool a bit, But I thought I sent you the link. I don't know if you received.
So our new email.
So the new email, yes.
Oh, maybe wait a minute. Out of the new email. Out of it. Let's see here. Let me hang on.
See, Chrissy knows because Chrissy a real cook.
Yeah, Chrissy know, like she said, yeah.
Oh, Kim too. Yeah, depending on the size.
Yeah, depending. That's right, Kim. All right, let me go here to Instagram. Uh-oh, look at us now. Look at us now. All right. Oh, y'all can't see. Hold on. All right. Bring it all into the party.
Large fan, she used 3, so I guess it all varies.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me she don't even put eggs in hers; she just use flour and butter.
Oh, they're just trying to get my channel all this music. Can she cut that up?
And there go her dozen of eggs.
Wow.
I just didn't think that pan was big enough for no dang dozen.
Whoa. Woo. I hope all that stuff melt together some kind of way. Huh?
And I think if you could swipe to see the second part when it was done.
Wait, it's more. This not.
Yeah, that's the video. But I think if you press the second one, you'll see her when she take it out the oven.
Well, when do I know when I can press the second one?
You can press it now.
Okay, yeah, let's see. Okay, here it is, y'all. Oh, that's slop, honey. Oh, so we know you don't use 12 eggs. You definitely don't use 12 eggs. Do you hear me now? That was disgusting. She needed a bowl. And a spoon for macaroni. What is going on? That looked like the leftover stuff, that we used to put in the pig slop bowl. My granddaddy, he used to be a farmer. We had a little slop can where all the leftovers and just the slop of the house. You know, we threw it all in there. He go get that to the pigs, and that's exactly what that macaroni looked like. It's ready to go straight out there to the pigs, but they don't want that stuff. You can't constipate those pigs because you know you gotta sell them now, or at least make some bacon out of them.
Kim said that's a recipe
So
for a heart attack followed by a stroke.
it sure was, yeah, big time. That was disgusting. All right,
Well,
people. So, you know, that is our show. There was very little engagement from our
well,
millions of
wait,
listeners.
Joy, we had another topic that I wanted you to weigh in
Oh,
on.
what was
And
that?
I wanted the opinion of others. Christian Keys in his comments.
Oh, yes.
He,
Tell the listening audience, and I
okay,
hope that
so
they will respond.
Christian said black women are definitely superheroes, which I thought was a wonderful comment. I definitely agree. So a fan goes in comment and said all women, and he, you know, had to put her in her place and said, "I said what I said. It's a shame that we can't even celebrate black women without quote unquote others popping up talking about what about us. Just because someone says something positive about black women, it doesn't mean that they don't think the same about other women. It just means that here in this moment right now, I would like to say something positive and amazing about black women. If that offends you, then you are part of the problem. God bless."
Right. Go kick rock. You know, I'm so tired of every other race and culture trying to hijack our movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they did that with the affirmative rights thing. Now, you
Or
know,
the
white
black, what was it? Black Lives Matter, and all lives matter, and all. Yeah.
yeah. You know, white folk women hardly had rights to go to work in either. And it went to the civil rights movement and affirmative action that white women were able to go to work.
Mhm.
So it's always, you know, it starts off with us, and then you know, it's LGBT, is this, is that. Like he said, you know, hey, sometimes we need to focus here
Mhm.
and take something to its end, and then, you know, we do that over again, in a very focused way across all races, if that's what we're gonna do. But golly, I agree with the brother. Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, well, dang, can we have our moment for a second
Yeah, you say something
before
about
you?
black women. What about the dogs? What about the Redskins? What about the Braves? Like, come on now, for Christ's sake. What
And
about the
I'm so glad he
Redskins?
responded. You know, he
Yeah,
responded
the way he
gracefully,
did.
and
Yeah,
it
very
was very
nice.
tastefully done, and he put her in her
Yeah,
place. I don't even know if she
yeah,
responded,
he did.
but
Yeah,
it was
like,
like, geez. And I know our viewers are predominantly African American women, so you know, what do you guys have to say about that?
yeah. What do you think, listening audience? Because you're listening, aren't you? Anybody listening out there? All right, okay. Post something in the comments or something, please, to keep the conversation going.
Joyce,
We
since
rely
this
on you.
quarantine, you've been really turned up.
I'm
On this,
really trying to get this audience engaged.
they probably
Some
busy,
nights
Joy.
we get great engagement, and then other nights I just think, are y'all watching a show or something? What's on TV? Let me see. Everybody's looking at something else. Okay. Geez. Kim. Kim God, what you watching over there? I'm starting calling you out. One by one. What you doing, Kim? Okay. Let me go ahead on and put up here.
Oh, there go Kim.
Oh,
Kim
let's
came
see.
through.
What's she doing? Okay. Oh,
Kim
yeah.
said we just can't have anything to ourselves without someone having a problem. We rarely get a comment from a man, a black man at that. Like, really?
Right.
Exactly,
Right.
Kim.
That was a
Exactly.
very
What
good
about you,
point.
Lamisha? What you got to say?
Very good point. Now, 1 minute, you know, they down in the black man and saying they don't ever respect the black woman. And here this man is trying to show up differently. And now he got to spread it all across the racial spectrum. And I, you know, yeah. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, we got your comment. Thank you so much. Our top engager tonight. Anybody else want to go in for the runner up?
Joy, where's your family this week? They came
Yeah,
through
what's
last
up?
week.
Where's my mother-in-law? My mother-in-law, Kareem, show up now. Let's see. Where are you here? Kareem Time. That's my mother-in-law there. Let's see. What say you? Okay. We'll wait on her to come in. Lamisha called in. Christy Isom. That's my girl.
Oh yeah, she's a VIP.
That's our VIP. What say you, Christy? And D, yeah, that's my brother-in-law. What say y'all? He spoke up about that music. That was for sure.
I didn't know if he was talking about the actual music. I didn't know if he was talking about the music or your singing, because it was one of the items said something about your singing last week.
Yeah, he probably was talking about, but wait a minute, now that I'm calling folks out, I done lost the listener. Hold on a second.
Oh, Kim said, and since you want to know what I'm eating, what I'm doing, she having steak and eggs. Okay.
I knew she was distracted though. Either way.
She is having hey, don't bother her.
Okay, that's right.
Lamisha, she agreed.
Yeah. And I want to thank Christian Keys for being a stand-up guy, you know. Yeah. Thank you, Christian, because we needed that. That was very refreshing.
Oh yeah.
To get that from a brother. We got any other brothers out there in
I
the
don't know. I don't even think it was the comment. I think it was the response. I mean, not the actual post, but the comment back to her that gave it more than what it was. I was like, whoa, gotta talk about this.
Right. So, you know, like I said, I think that's you know, what we want to do. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, people. All right. So we're just a few minutes out. What Kim said yes with his fine self. Okay. Let me pull him up so the folks can see him. Yeah. We got to get some interactive stuff. I need to go ahead. Some of my listeners, they hadn't seen him. Let me pull him up so you all can see what Kim is talking about. Now, wait a minute now. Let's get the real guy. Now, that's not who she's talking about. Let's see. She could be talking about someone that. Okay, it's a lot of. All right, hang on. On the Instagram University. Google University over here. Let me find him. What's his Instagram name?
Christian K. Christian Keys.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, he reminds me of my cousin. Yeah, he was on a couple of shows that I like. Let me go ahead on and show this man.
What was it? Celebrate stuff, right?
Yeah, look at him here. Look at that brother. Yeah. Huh? Look at that. See? That's like my sister and my brother-in-law, you know, family. You see that? He got a beautiful family. I don't see his wife, but you know. What in the heck did I just see? I'm gonna keep scrolling up. Okay. All right. Well, enough of that. I don't know what old photo was headed, but he's a good looking guy. We doing family.
Oh, Kareem said she's here.
Huh? Oh, we got some. What we have in here? We got some folks that.
Kareem says she's here. Will you call her name?
Oh, woo, okay. Did you want to call in or what? Did y'all want to? Maybe you all want to come in on the video. Let me go ahead on and post that.
Joe, we only have a few seconds left on the show. I think she was just letting you know she's here.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Oh, wait. Everybody eating good tonight, Joy.
Yeah,
we eating curry chicken and rice and Kim.
She can't engage. Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you all are eating good during this COVID-19 because you know there was a concern about people getting access to food, and clearly none of my listeners and viewers have problems with that. Steak and eggs, curry chicken. So I'll let you guys go ahead on and eat. We're just 30 seconds out from the close of the show. And I'm gonna go ahead on and sign off. Okay, you guys take care. Be safe. We'll be back next week at 9 And I'm gonna find some new ways to engage you all. Okay. So until then, be safe, be blessed, and for any task, wear a mask. Oh, we got Lamisha eating a burger. Okay. Thank you. All right. Woo, you all know how to eat good. All right. So again, before you do a task, put on your mask and thank you. And we're out.
All right, everybody. Until next week, just kicking.
This show has been brought to you by J.K. We out.